Welcome back to Hannity. When an emotionally disturbed man walked into an Atlanta elementary school earlier this week, he was armed with an AK-47. It was another disturbing reminder of just how quickly our children can go from being safe to being in mortal danger. And now the administrator of a private Christian school in Arkansas is saying, "Not on my watch." Pastor Perry Black has posted signs outside the Arkansas Christian Academy that say, "Staff is armed and trained. Any attempt to harm our children will be met by deadly force." He says the goal of the signs is to prevent the need to use deadly force, but they're prepared to use it if needed. Pastor Black joins us now along with Todd Starnes of Fox News Radio, who has been reporting on this story. Good to see you, Todd, and Pastor Black, you also. Pastor, first to you, why the sign and what is the goal?
Well, the purpose of the sign is potential perpetrators don't get a church bulletin and they don't hear our announcements. And so we wanted to put a couple of simple signs out on our parking lot to let everyone know that's entering or exiting our parking lot that we have a high priority of safety for our children.
You're people that are trained, Pastor, and you don't say who they are, you just say that there are several. What kind of training do they go through, and are they certified in any way?
Well, we have law enforcement officers that are part of our congregation, and I met with them some time ago, and we put together a safety plan and a training plan, and they have been training us, and like law enforcement officers will be retrained, a continual training program, safety programs, and also going back to the firing range and making sure that we're recertified.
Todd, to you, this is a private school. Private property.
That's right.
Parents choose to send their children there. They're not zip coded in as in a public school.
That's correct.
This is your story. What's the upside?
David, this is a great story. One of my readers on my Facebook fan page has a child that goes to this school, and she sent me that photograph that we just saw. And she said, "This is why I love sending my child to a private school. They really get it." And I have to tell you something, David. People have gone bonkers over this story. Hundreds and hundreds of comments saying, "Way to go, Arkansas Christian Academy." And let me tell you why. You know, I'm from the Deep South. And look, down south.
I can never tell.
Well, look, we don't mess around. You know, we like to draw out our vowels, and we also like to engage our Second Amendment rights. And unfortunately, in this country right now, we have a Department of Homeland Security that says the best way to defend yourself is to urinate on your attacker or to flick rubber bands or paper clips at the guy. But here we have a school that's decided, you know what, we're going to stand up, we're going to do whatever it takes to protect those children and those teachers.
Pastor, when it comes to the reaction from your members, your parents, have you had negative reactions? Are there those who are concerned?
No, it's been overwhelmingly positive as far away as London, England. And so we're kind of taken back at the response, because all we were intending to do was put a couple of signs and communicate to those coming and going. So we've really been a little bit shocked that this has brought national attention to really, though, a national problem. And so we want to take the opportunity to encourage our politicians to get out of conversations and bring solutions to the students in our schools.
Todd, does this work? Could this be duplicated around the country?
Oh, I think it does work, and like the pastor said, I hope the bad guys read that sign, because they may be very disappointed if they try to do something. Look, I think that schools across the country need to take a page out of what they're doing in Arkansas at this private school and really step back and realize it really is all about protecting the kids, protecting the teachers and the staff, and thank goodness this one Christian school has decided to step out and do the right thing.
But it's not just a Christian school problem. Let's talk about private schools as a whole. Todd, this is a choice when parents send their kids there. So are you encouraging private schools across this country? And what about public schools?
You know, David, I wrote a column on FoxNews.com talking about the United States raising a generation of savages. And sadly, we live in a country where, quite frankly, morality is gone. We're in an amoral society. And I think a lot of parents are finding the alternative alternative, which is homeschooling or private schooling, because they know their kids are going to get an education filled with traditional American values, and also those values that we were taught growing up in schools that do in fact deal with God and the Ten Commandments.
And to you, Pastor Perry Black, what would you like to say to everyone around the country? Is this something that you would like to see duplicated, and if so, why?
Well, yes, I'd like to, again, encourage those who write legislation to change the legislation to protect the children of America. And if they won't, somebody has to step up and do that. And, you know, we're a church. We're about loving people, but we're also about providing protection to the people, the young people in our care. And I don't understand why any politician or anyone, any loving, caring adult would have a problem with providing protection to small children.
Yes or no, Pastor, with private money or public money?
Both.
Both. Thank you very much, Pastor Perry Black. Todd Starnes, Fox News Radio. Thank you.